Hi, Brooke. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Savannah?
Excited to jump on today and talk through a few things on our Friday Five. It's been a little bit. I'm excited to get going.
I know it has been. It's been a while.
Well, I just thought we could start today just because it has been beautiful the past 2 days, and I thought it'd fit well with what we've been talking about, and thought you could shed a little light on some wellness that we're kind of surrounding ourselves around in our communication right now.
Absolutely. One thing that if for people listening, you might not have noticed, but it's the first thing I noticed when 9 years ago when we named the company and the branding company gave us the logo and everything. The first thing I saw in our logo was the word "well." And I had worked with nonprofits for a couple of years by that point, and but it really is only something that we talked about internally until recently. So really bringing that back out, this idea of what it means to be well and what our role is. What is our role for nonprofits in their wellness? Because we just really can tell that's where everybody is right now. It's just you got to take care of you so you can take care of other people. And what does that look like? So yeah, we're going to write a lot about that and think about that a lot as well.
Yeah, awesome, awesome.
I know you had your own experience.
Yeah, I was
It's
going to
something that
say.
we talk about. We've talked about the following for years.
Yeah.
It kind of a do as I say, not as I do. And sure enough, you had your own experience. Tell everybody about like one of the things that you ran into just this week personally.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say you're spot on with something that we always tell our clients to do is not get caught up in the small things. That when it comes to being well and feeling good about your campaign or your event, it's doing things that are productive and that make your time feel well spent. And this week, I was working on a campaign, helping build it out. And it's a campaign that I feel really close to and passionate about. And I found myself really focusing in on the branding. I mean, spending hours on the branding images. And in the big scheme of things, the branding is not what raises the money. I mean, I even got on a call with you and I was like, what have I done? I've spent all this time doing exactly what we tell our clients not to do. And so, it's really about getting those people registered and spreading the word and raising awareness. And that's not what I was doing. And at the end of the day, to feel good about your campaign or your event, you want it to be successful, and it's spending the time that you need and that you have on what's going to be productive for your event. So, yeah, personal experience really gets you.
Totally.
Yeah, it really did it for me. And I know that you kind of talked a little bit about you experiencing this and seeing this, and you've just pulled it up. Do you want to talk a little bit about that as well?
Sure. Because one of the things we think we can help and are thinking about a lot is how time management relates to wellness. Just on Friday, I was visiting with the director of the Carey Center, which is the nonprofit center at Auburn University, and that director, and we stumbled into this exact conversation about staff turnover and wellness. And one of the things we talked about is how nonprofits, different than for-profit companies, that nonprofits seem to view and nonprofit staff seem to view their time as free, and that you are the cheapest source of labor. You're the cheapest option. I'll do it myself. When in reality, companies do not view it that way. We outsource, we automate anything we can do to not hire, not overextend staff. A company will value, but a nonprofit doesn't value, or nonprofit staff don't value their time that way. And then you end up quitting. So it is valuable, and there's a real cost to that. And so it led us to talking about outsourcing and how do you look at your time. And we had a whole conversation about, is the word outsourcing a bad word in nonprofits? Is that too much? And in fact, I then stumbled into an article that Pamela Grow, one of my new favorite friends and consultants, had written years ago about what you don't know about outsourcing could save your nonprofit. And there's this great article of all these outsourcing ideas and recommendations to help you optimize your time.
Yeah.
And I think if we can view that through the lens of being well, it will help us do it. Because that's really the problem. Is it's not that you don't know this exists. It's just that if we view it through the idea of being well and thus doing what's right for our cause. So for Swell, we're talking about automating the ticketing, things we can do to save time, things we can do to help you with your data, things where you're just getting it. And that's what, and so we're going to continue to talk about areas in fundraising and events where you're probably spending too much time for not a lot of results, and thus impacting your health and wellness. So
Yeah. And how great would it be to spend less time and be more successful? You'll feel better, you won't be as tired, and you're still going to get the outcome that you were looking for at the beginning. So it's a win-win.
Win-win, absolutely.
Yep.
So yeah, look for blog posts and articles on that. I'm pretty excited about it, and excited to get to talk about the word well in Swell. It meant a lot to me then, and it's not something I've ever gotten a chance to really talk about as a founder, and it's kind of neat. So I'm excited.
Yeah, forget the S. Just put well there.
Well,
We all need it.
we do. Yeah, we do. So thanks, Savannah. This is always fun. It was great to visit with you today.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brooke, for hopping on. And everybody have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.